Hi, it's Paris from Epic Reviews, the home channel, and I have the future of lighting here, or so they say. This is the latest LED light. It's finally gotten down to about $10 a bulb for a 60-watt bulb, which is where they said things needed to get for these to really take off and start replacing the compact fluorescents. This is made by a company called Cree. It's a daylight LED, so it's supposed to give you a brighter light, perhaps better for reading if you like that sort of color. So I have incandescent bulbs here, I have compact fluorescent bulbs, all 60 watts, I have a couple different lamps. So I'm going to compare this, put it in, put a different bulb in the other one, turn out the overhead light, it's nighttime here, and see how this light actually looks to see if $10 will now buy you an acceptable LED light. Alright, well I still have the overhead light on. Let's take a close-up look at the bulb. I've taken it out of the package. It's heavy, it does feel like there's some heavy electronic sort of things going on here in the base, but it is pretty closely shaped to a standard incandescent bulb. Let me zoom in a little and let you see the details on it. Now the thing that's sort of odd looking is you'll notice the fins around it, and that's to get rid of the heat. That's still an issue with bulbs, even at this point in their evolution, is heat is what they produce. That's not what you're looking for. You want light, but you end up getting heat. So here's the two bulbs, the incandescent. Here's the new LED bulb, and I mean this is like feather light compared to this. This is fairly heavy, but I'm not going to be carrying it around, so it shouldn't really matter. It's going to be in a lamp. Let me zoom in a little more. It's very standard here with the threads and the base. That should work fine. One little difference here is the next portion, this white bumpy thing here where I can feel there's something very heavy inside. You don't have that here, so it's possible there'll be some lamps it won't quite work with. But once you get up to the bulb portion of it, they're the same size. They just are a perfect match for each other. Okay, so here's the LED white, bright white bulb, and we're going to plug it in, see what it looks like. Alright, this is a 60 watt bulb, which I usually have a 60 watt incandescent in here. This is in the kids' room, and they will read with it on medium usually. I'm going to tap the base, which is what starts it up, and then go through the three brightnesses. There's, whoa, I think that's low. This would be medium. Man, that's a lot of light. And then high. I don't see as much difference in the three levels as I do with the incandescent. The incandescent on, oh man, the incandescent on low is really too dim for them to read, and on bright it's enough, that you can, sew or do some fine work by. This one there aren't quite as much differences. It goes from very bright to very, very bright to really incredibly bright. I can't believe this is 60 watts of power. It's definitely a white light. I'm sure as you can see I must look kind of bluish white. I'm going to turn the overhead light off and see how this works. Well, it casts a different glow than the incandescent bulb when we have it in their room. Let me put an incandescent in it, the one we usually use, and then we'll see how that compares. And then I'll do them side by side after. Unfortunately, this lamp, the shade of this is a little yellowish, but I don't think it's going to matter with this thing glowing. Alright, I put an incandescent back in here. It's the one we always have in this lamp. And it's a Philips 60 watt Duramax that will cycle through low, medium, and high, which I think approximately represents 20 watts, 40 watts, 60 watts. So here we go, let's turn it on. Okay, now if you remember what the other one looked like at the first touch, this is a lot dimmer. There's the medium, that's what the kids will usually read with it at this setting. And with this, you can actually do fine work if you're anywhere near it, there's enough light from it. So there's a lot more difference between the steps in this than with the LED. But let me put the LED in this lamp and we'll go through both of them together and see what it looks like. Okay, got the 60 watt incandescent, the new 60 watt bright white LED, the daylight version of that one there. So let me turn each on low, medium, and high. Let me turn the overhead light off. It's kind of funny, I was mentioning that when there's, let me get my face in here, when there's no bulb in this one, that the casing around it is yellowish compared to this. But with these bulbs in it, it's the exact opposite. This is so white, except at the very top I can kind of see a little of that yellow that's built into it. And this one just plain looks yellow. So it's quite a surprise. So let me get a compact fluorescent. I'm going to turn this one off before it gets too hot, the incandescent, and I'm going to put a compact fluorescent in here and then compare the daytime bright white LED with a 60 watt compact fluorescent, 60 watt equivalent compact fluorescent. Alright, I actually waited a minute for that incandescent bulb to cool down. It was still too hot, so it just shows the difference in how quickly they heat up. So we've still got the bright white LED going here. Let me cycle through it one more time. Off. You see the glow go down there. There we're at low, medium, high. Now I've got a 60 watt compact fluorescent in here. This is the box it came out of, brand new. After a while they tend to kind of yellow and fade, so this is brand new. Let's see how it works. Now in my experience this won't work. It won't change brightnesses because compact fluorescents don't do that. So here goes, one tap, nothing. Oh, we did get something finally there. Two taps, no change. Okay, try again. One, two, and off. I'm not sure why it's not going three. It's also buzzing here on low. There's a fairly significant buzz. The next one up, it buzzes less and it seems a little brighter. And then it goes off. So I'm not sure why it's not cycling through all three. Anyway, you always have trouble with compact fluorescents and any kind of dimmer or these lights that go to several brightnesses. That's as bright as I can get that. So here you go. Here's the difference between the 60 watt LED on brightest and compact fluorescent on brightest. This is definitely a whiter light. This is a yellower one, though not as yellow as the incandescent light. I'm going to cycle through this just to compare it to this on the brightest I can get it. Okay, there we go. So that's the 60 watt equivalent LED compact fluorescent. Back here with my dual compact fluorescent in the ceiling, 260 watts up there. Maybe 160 watt. Anyway, compact fluorescent up there. I just wanted to point out, though this hadn't been on very long, I can't take the compact fluorescent out. It's actually produced enough heat that it's really hot. I'm going to risk my fingers here touching the LED bulb. No, it is slightly warm. I'm feeling down the base where it has that. Oh, now that's hot. Yeah, that ring down below with the little veins on it. It's like a heat sink, I imagine. That's hot. That's not as hot as the glass portion of this bulb, but the glass portion of this has been on for several minutes now. No problem at all to touch that. So I have to give this bulb a big thumbs up. It really does exactly what it tells you, which is it gives you that daylight, bright white light with maybe a little bit of a bluish cast to it, but supposedly that's what you're looking for if you go for the 5,000 Kelvin temperature light. Very bright. It didn't buzz. Both my old LED bulb buzzed, and the compact fluorescents, they always have some buzz to them. So it didn't buzz. It went through the three different brightnesses with no problem, up and down. It says it's dimmable, so I'm sure it'll work in a standard dimmer too. So they're claiming 22 years from this, that this bulb will last 22 years. I suppose I can make a follow-up video in 22 years and let you know if my bulb is still burning, then I can give you a follow-up review of this one. But as it is, it looks great. Time will tell if it lasts and it doesn't have any issues, but the light from it is good. And I can't see any application where the weight is really going to matter. So the fact that it weighs significantly more than the compact fluorescent or the standard incandescent bulb, but it's not going to matter to me if it's sitting in a lamp. So I really have nothing bad to say about it. And I would say for the $10 price point, if I replaced all the lights in my house with this and I wouldn't have to change them again for another 20 years, that would certainly be a big savings. Now I was able to find this at Home Depot. It just went on sale there. This bulb at this price point actually just came out. So if you want to try it out, Home Depot seems to be the place to go. They are available online also, so I'll put a link down below in the description below this video if you don't have a Home Depot or they're already sold out where you're at, but you really want to try them out. I'd say get one, see if you like the color of the light. Again, this is the bright white daytime light. There's also a cool yellower light that some people prefer that. Maybe not as much for reading, but just to make your skin tones look kind of normal. So you might want to get one of each and try them out, see which one you like better. But looks like maybe LED lighting's time really has come.